What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my Mark 1 Mazda Mx5 Turbo, and I'm going to go around the whole car and explain what's been done to it, what modifications, and there's a pretty long list of stuff, so let's get right into it. Okay, so starting on the front of the car, we've got the bonnet is standard obviously. These hood latches are the first modification. I'm not sure what name they are now, but they are the genuine good ones. They're not like the eBay wraps. So that's the first thing. Secondly is this vented headlight cover that I made myself. Coming down to the front bumper, we've got a GV wrap front bumper. It's fiberglass. Give you a little view of it. So yeah, it's got a GV wrap front bumper, and it's also got these TSI intake style things. I don't know what brand they are. I've painted them myself, so I painted them gloss black. I think it sets it off well with the car. So next thing on the front end will be the front bumper relocation bracket, which I made myself out of a few bits of aluminium. Another modification done to the exterior is the headlights. It's got these LED lights that I've put in myself. So that's it for the front end. Coming around to the side, we've got standard wings. They've been rolled quite aggressively. Then we've got these indicators here, which are clear, and they have LED bulbs. They look a lot more modern than the standard orange ones that come on it. Alright, next we have the wheels, which are rotor grid wheels, 8J 0 offset. And the tyres that I have are Toyo T1Rs, the new ones, 195/50/15. I really rate them tyres, by the way. They're a really good budget tyre, so I'd definitely recommend them. So coming around to the side here, we've got the hardtop here. It's got the hardtop latches here that I've colour coded with the car in white. Usually you see them, they're chrome. And again, these bolts I've done in gloss black, because I'm not really a fan of the chrome look. The door, I've got a little carbon fibre mirror. And then we've got the door handle here. I've taken these out and sprayed these black myself. I really don't like the chrome ones that they come on, so yeah, I've sprayed them black myself. And then coming down to the side skirts, we've got Mx5 side skirts. They are fiberglass again, and they are genuine Mx ones. I think they go well with my car. So coming on to the rear quarter, again standard. It's been heavily rolled by myself, and you can see it there a little bit. It's flared out a little bit more. And the car has been resprayed myself. It's Mercedes Arctic White is the colour name. It's usually the colour that you see on like most Mercedes vans going around. This boot lid I've recently bought because one of my bolts was messed up, so that's why it's got like a black boot lid, because it's a bit unfinished. Before I had this, I had a white boot lid, and it had a ducktail on it, and it had a big ear wing carbon fibre spoiler. I'll put a picture up now so you can see what it usually looks like when this will be sprayed and other parts will be in it. The ducktail is up here at the minute. That will be going back on the car in the future. So, coming to the rear of the car, grab my light. I've got the carbon fibre rear panel here. And then we've got my rear lights. So these are Lexus lights that I've custom done myself. So I took off the outside and filled like all around the outside here. Yeah, I filled around like all the outside and I made them like smooth, and I sprayed them black again. I think they're quite cool looking. They have like a 3D kind of look here. So yeah, the rear lights are my custom ones that I made. Coming down to the rear bumper, standard bumper. It's got a bumper cut that I've done myself, which you can see there with the exhaust. It's yeah, it's been cut all the way. So that's pretty much going to be it for outside modifications that I can think of. Next thing we're going to move on to will be the engine bay and everything that's done in there. Okay, so coming on to the engine bay here, firstly I'll start here. We've got this plastic cover here which runs all the way, and it's got these little fastener bolts that I've put in. Here it looks a bit of a mess at the minute because it's temporary, but I've got the oil filter relocation up here and it's just dangling here at the minute. Ignore how messy it looks because it's not going to be like that for much longer. So next thing we have is the 3-point strut brace. This is probably one of my favourite things about this car. I really love the look of these strut braces, and being 3-point, you can still like get to everything really easily. There's still lots of room. So yeah, that's the 3-point stainless steel strut brace. Coming around here, something I will mention is I have tucked a lot of the wiring in this car, and I've also done some smoothing of the engine bay. So if you look here, you can see there's not much wiring still exposed, and like bits like here I've smoothed myself, and yeah, you can see there like there's not many wires up there, and what wires we do have been tucked away a little bit up there. Same on this side, you can't really see it because there's things all in the way at the minute. So that'll be it around the engine bay. Next thing we have is the aluminium radiator. And aftermarket fans, which are the fans are controlled on a switch inside the car, so they're not related to like the thermostat. Next thing we have is the coolant reroute kit, which runs from there to the back of the block. It's very hard to see here, but it goes back there with this long pipe here. So where next? Standard inlet manifold, it's been sprayed black by myself. Standard fuel rail. Again, I've resprayed this myself in white, the same colour as the car. Injectors, I have the Mazda RX-8 injectors. I think they are the 530cc ones, the blues, which I'll show you now with the light. You should be able to see them there. So yeah, it's got the 530cc RX-8 injectors. Coming on to the top of the valve cover, I've done a valve cover cut here. I've done this myself. I cut that and exposed it because I really like how these look when they're like that. Resprayed valve cover, same colour as the car, with lettering touched up there. It's got a bit of aluminium oil cap there and a little filter for the breather. Coming over here we have COPS conversion, which is a Toyota Celica COPS 1.8 VVT engine. I've done all the wiring for that myself, and so yeah, that'll be it for the top of the engine. And the engine itself is completely standard block. Yeah, nothing's been done to the engine. What I will say here is from the engine back, it's a factory 5-speed gearbox, and it's running a CC stage 4 paddle clutch and a aluminium lightweight flywheel. So yeah, that's it in terms of from there back. Everything else underneath is stock. Yeah, the engine's stock. It's not been opened with this engine. So coming over to this side of the engine bay, we've got the turbo manifold here. I can't remember, I think it's Reverent manifold. I've had this manifold for a pretty long time now. It's got to be probably like 6 years or something that I've run this manifold on the car. As you can see, it's pretty rusty and looks pretty tired, but I'm happy with it. It keeps going and it's been strong. So yeah, it's got the Reverent manifold there. Coming on to the turbo here, we've got the TD05 20G turbo. One other thing is I've got like red water pipes everywhere. You can see a glimpse of one there. You can see some here, and then I've got the other ones that run under the block there, which you can't obviously see. So coming from the turbo here, I've got a 3-inch downpipe, and you can see this is fairly new. I've had this done recently. It's got a 3-inch downpipe, and it's basically from here to the back of the exhaust. It's 3-inch, so 3-inch full system with one silencer in the rear. Which so I think that's it for the engine bay that I can think of here really. It's got the boost controller inside, gizmo. Here you can see my boost solenoid, and here's the sensor for the AEM wideband gauge that I've got inside the car. And trying to think if there's anything here I've missed. Just having a little look around it. Another little thing I forgot to mention is this aluminium little dipstick cover. The intercooler setup. It's got this has all been custom made by me, the pipe work. So it's got, you can't really see much. All you can see is this here. It's got a HKS super sequential blower valve, which you can just see there. And then it comes down to the intercooler, which you can see here. Let me grab my light so you can get a better view. And that's my intercooler there. One other thing I didn't mention actually, now I'm looking at it, is it does have a oil cooler as well, which I'm not sure if you can see it up there, but there is an oil cooler up there, which runs into this line here, runs to it through that hole there. So yeah, there's an oil cooler in here that is part of this system here. They are HSD low pro coilovers, which you can see there. I've had these coilovers, again, they're one of the oldest parts on the car probably. Getting on for like 6-7 years maybe, and they still drive really great. Don't get me wrong, they look pretty crusty now and they could definitely benefit from a refurb, but they still drive how they did when I bought them, and that's what matters. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the engine bay. So the next thing will be the inside of the car and the interior. I'm going to quickly remove my hardtop so you can get a better view. Okay, now I've got the hardtop off, let's go inside the car. So starting off here, we have my door cards, which I've custom done myself. The top bit has been wrapped in this like velvety style leaves. The bottom is like grey anthracite carpet that you get, and then I've got these little pull flaps for the door handles. And then we've got the Pioneer 6-inch speaker there. So that'll be it for the door card. And then coming into the car here, so we've got the bride bucket seat here. I've still got the stock seat there. We've got the TR Lane roll bar here with all my little pandas chilling. Coming up to this part here actually, you can see I've removed the carpet and I've cut out these little square bits you can see, because when you install the roll bar you have to cut some away, and I just wanted like a clean square look, so yeah, that's been cut away. Now coming to the main part of the interior, the carpet itself, it's not stock carpet, it's carpet that I've done myself custom. Again, it's the same as the door cards, it's like a anthracite grey, and I think it looks much nicer than the standard carpet that comes in these. So next we have the wiring. I've taped a lot of the wiring, as you can see, like here, and then behind the seat here, a lot of it's been taped and run fairly clean. So coming onto the dash, we have genuine Momo steering wheel. I think it's 350mm, and it is a genuine one. I bought it from a genuine dealer. Coming onto the dash here, I'm just going to hop inside the car now so I can get you a better view. So up here we have the blue dials here, the miles per hour converted, because it's an import. It's got the chrome rings around the dials there as well, I've put in. And then up here we have the Gizmo boost controller, which is very small and very nice. So coming over here next, the pattern continues here and it goes around the whole way. And so coming up here, I've got these custom little RC wheels as my vents, and they look really similar to the wheels on the outside of the car. That's why I put them in. I think they're pretty cool. And then here we've got my AEM wideband gauge. Coming down here, we've got this silver control panel, and then here is a bit unfinished. Yeah, kind of ignore that because it's not really been. I'm probably going to blank that off and do something different there. I've got my radio there. Again, here is a little bit unfinished, but I've got a carbon fibre gear knob here and a carbon fibre handbrake. With this black and red leather stitched gaiter. I do have the black and red gaiter for the gear knob too. I just haven't got around to putting that in yet. And then here we've got the custom little cup holders that I've made myself. They work very well. And I think that's it for the interior for the most part. Standard door mats. Oh, one thing I've not mentioned, I've got a fire extinguisher here that I made the brackets myself and installed that myself. So down here I've got these two little switches. One is the fan and one is the interior lighting that I've put in myself. This switch runs to some LEDs. One LED is inside there, one is inside there, one is up there, this one, and one of them is here. Unfortunately I don't have my key with me right now, so I can't really demonstrate you that, but I think that's going to be it for the interior. Next we'll move on to the boot, which is not much to see, but doing the whole of the car, so I might as well show you. Okay, so here's my boot. I've carpeted it myself again with this grey anthracite colour. And I made these little panels here myself out of wood and carpet. They fill up the little holes that are here normally, and it just looks a bit cleaner. And so yeah, it's pretty standard back here. I've got my sub there, obviously. This panel here, actually, I did make myself out of a bit of wood, and again, I carpeted that. So yeah, that's going to be it for the boot, and that's pretty much it for the car. I've probably missed a few things. Actually, now I'm thinking, I'll give you a little view of the exhaust since you've not really seen it. I know I can't really show you much apart from the back box, but I recently got this exhaust made and it's really nice piece of work. So I'll give you a little shot of it here. And shout out to Ben Thomas, Pads Fab. He's the one who made this whole system for me. Done a really good job of it. Let me just move my camera. And there's a little glimpse. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's probably a few things that I forgot. There's a lot of things to list when it comes to this car, and I just wanted to make this video to basically like show you guys my car in its current state, what it's got done to it. It has Skid Nation chassis rails underneath the car, which I'll try and show you a little bit, but obviously they're underneath the car, so you won't get a full view of them. You can just about see it there. There you go. So I've got these frame rails on both sides. They stiffen the chassis a bit more and protect the underside from basically getting scraped and damaged. The brakes are standard all round. I painted the calipers. So I've got a lot of plans for this car. I plan on basically pulling the engine out, tearing the whole underside of the car off, and restoring and refurbishing almost every part of it, really, because I wanted to make this video to like show you what it looks like now. So the next video you probably see will be us pulling the engine out of the car. That's the first step to where I want to go with it. And yeah, thanks for watching my video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.